Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanishalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nitinamine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. In this session, we'll be discussing from the 22nd verse of the 10th chapter of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is a continuation of the talk of the ladies of Hastinapura about Krishna. Saeva bhuyo nijavirya choditam. Saeva bhuyo nijavirya choditam. Swajivamayam prakritim sisrikshatim. Anama rupatmani rupanamani. Vidit samano anusasar shastrakrit. The meaning of this verse is the personality of Godhead, again desiring to give names and forms to his parts and parcels, the living entities, placed them under the guidance of material nature. By his own potency, material nature is empowered to recreate. So in that talk they are describing how this creation takes place by the intervention of Krishna. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains, the living entities are parts and parcels of the Lord. Each one of us, every living being is a part and parcel. Part means you can understand, a very, very tiny portion of the Lord, Supreme Whole. Parcel means inseparable part. Inseparable part. We cannot be separated from the Lord completely. The relationship or the link in terms of relationship always exists eternally. Unlike the relationships in this world, which are based on the body, when the body is annihilated, there is no meaning to the relationship at all. Whereas our relationship with Krishna is spirit soul to the Supreme Spirit. And since the spirit soul is eternal, Supreme Spirit Krishna is eternal, the relationship also is eternal. So, it is described the living entities are of two varieties, Nitya Mukta and Nitya Baddha. Nitya Mukta are eternally liberated souls. Nitya Mukta, eternally liberated. And they are eternally engaged in reciprocation of transcendental loving service with the Lord in his eternal abode beyond the manifested mundane creation, beyond this material world, which is sometimes manifest, sometimes unmanifest, sometimes existing as this world after the creation, and after dissolution it doesn't exist as this world. It will be in a dormant state. Whereas Krishna's abode is eternally existing. And there are eternally liberated souls engaged in devotional service, in loving devotional service, reciprocation with Krishna. But the Nitya Baddha or eternally conditioned souls are entrusted to his external energy Maya. All of us in this material world, we are called Nitya Baddha, eternally conditioned. And we are placed in the material energy. Why? For rectification of their rebellious attitude toward the Supreme Father. Krishna is our Supreme Father, that he describes in the Bhagavad Gita, Aham Bija Pradapita. So, he has placed us under this material energy for our rectification of our rebellious attitude. What is this rebellious attitude? That is described by Prabhupada as Nitya Baddhas, that is all of us in this material world, are eternally forgetful of the relation with the Lord as parts and parcels. Any of the souls of this world, you ask, do you remember Krishna? No. Nobody remembers Krishna. They forget who they are, they forget who is Krishna, they forget their eternal relationship with Krishna. This is the condition. Our condition is like this: forgetfulness of Krishna, forgetfulness of our eternal relationship. And we are bewildered by the illusory energy, Maya. Maya means this illusory energy. And we think that we are product of this material energy or matter. We are products of matter. We think in terms of this body. This body is made up of matter. We think in terms of this body, material body only. And that way we are busy making plans in this material world for becoming happy. In the spiritual condition, we are naturally always happy in relationship with Krishna. But in the material world, we are not always happy. We have to seek happiness. And for seeking happiness, we have to make so many plans. It is not natural for us to be always happy. No, not in the material condition. Now, in forgetfulness, when we are making plans to become happy, thinking we are products of matter, all our plans are completely destroyed at the end of a certain period. That is mentioned in the previous verse, no? That there is always two kinds of destruction: end of Brahma's day, end of Brahma's life. So that is explained in the Bhagavad Gita in a brief manner. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, at the end of the millennium, all the living entities merge into my nature. And again, when the time of creation is ripe, I begin creation by the agency of my external energy. So, as I explained in a previous session, creation, maintenance, destruction is going on. So, after creation, the living entities are getting bodies. And after dissolution, they remain unmanifest without a material body in the body of Mahavishnu or the body of Garbhodakshai Vishnu for some time, for a length of time, without a body, without a material body. So, periodically this happens again and again. The living entities are created and they merge into Krishna's nature at the end of Brahma's day or Brahma's life. The word bhuyaha used in this verse indicates again and again, that is to say, the process of creation, maintenance and annihilation is going on perpetually by the external energy of the Lord, by this material energy. It is going on again and again and again. But we should always remember, material energy is not the cause of the creation or destruction or maintenance. It is the Supreme Lord Krishna who is the cause. Krishna is the cause of the creation, maintenance and destruction. The living entities who are constitutionally the parts and parcels of the Lord are forgetful of the sweet relationship with Krishna, and they are given a chance to get rid of the clutches of this material illusory energy. Why Krishna creates? To give us a chance to become free from this cycle of birth and death, from the clutches of Maya, and to revive our original consciousness of Krishna. What has Krishna done? He has given us the revealed scriptures, the Vedic literature. So Vedic literatures are guiding directions for the conditioned souls so that they can become free from the repetition of birth and death. They can become free from this material body. That's the purpose of this creation, and that is explained in the Vedic literature. And in the Bhagavad Gita, this is all explained in very brief. In the Bhagavatam, it is given in great detail. Bhagavad Gita, what does Krishna say? The created world and the material energy are under my control. Maya dyakshena prakritihi suyatesa characharam. Again and again, this material world is created. And this is done through the agency of the external energy. Krishna is not directly involved, but under his control, material energy is again and again creating, maintaining and destroying. Actually, we don't have any material name or form as spirit soul in our original position in our relationship with Krishna. But just because we want to enjoy materially, therefore, to satisfy that desire for material enjoyment, there is this arrangement that we are given a material body, a material form, material name, material qualities, simply for the sake of satisfying our desire for material enjoyment. But side by side, in the human form of life, we are given a chance to understand what is our real position, who we are actually in the revealed scriptures, in the Vedas. Now, those who are foolish people, they are busy with materialism and they always are remaining forgetful of Krishna, about their own self, real self. They perpetually keep taking birth, they keep dying again and again and again and again. So, people who are materialistic, Prabhupada describes here, are mad after false name and form. This material body, there is a material form, and the corresponding material name and the different qualities and characteristics. Under certain conditions, this form of the body is thought of as real, factual, and bewildered by the misuse of the material energy, people are completely absorbed just in this material body. It's such a waste of time, and it is loss of a valuable opportunity to realize who we actually are. Because until we realize we are spirit soul, we have a spiritual form, we have a spiritual identity, we are spiritually, eternally connected with Krishna, until then we cannot get out of this perpetual cycle of birth and death, in which there is always suffering. Even though there is some so-called happiness, with great endeavor we may get some happiness, but real happiness is spiritual, it's not material. The scriptures supply the clue for understanding our real position, but people are reluctant to take the lessons from the scriptures. So, Bhagavad Gita says, for example, Krishna has presented the Bhagavad Gita, spoken the Bhagavad Gita. It says that one should actually understand one's identity as spirit soul and work for realizing this position as spirit soul, and thereby become enlightened in Krishna consciousness and get out of this material existence to live eternal life full of bliss and knowledge in relationship with Krishna. So I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.